Hey, Shailene, what's up?
Hi, Dr. John. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I've been better. Hoping you can help with that.
Or I wouldn't be calling you, Delony. Yeah. Hey, guys, what happened? What's up?
So I'll just give a little bit of background if that's okay.
Yeah, do me a huge favor. Talk directly into your phone.
Yes. Okay. Is this better?
So good. And I know this is whatever you're about to say is probably pretty wild.
Yes.
Just fully own it.
Okay. Definitely. All right. I'm going to try. So I apologize if I'm nervous.
Shailene.
I'm just going to say it out.
No apologizing on this show.
Okay.
Go full New York Shailene. Go for it.
Will do. All right. So my husband and I have been together for about 10 years, married 6. It's been ups and downs like most people. However, this year has been so far a lot of downs. About 2.5 months ago, I found out that my husband was he was making fun of me to a friend, not a mutual friend, but just a friend that he had, and not in a physical sense, but more of a things that you would share with your person that shouldn't be shared elsewhere, and poking fun at it.
Like what?
So he would tell this friend some personal issues within our marriage.
Shailene,
and
rip the Band-Aid off.
Family.
Just say it.
Okay. I'll give an example. One thing that was said was, well, we struggle with infertility.
Okay.
This friend felt comfortable enough to say to my husband that I use my nephews as proxy children because I can't have any of my own. My husband, for some reason, not only did not defend me or stop that friend, but laughed at it, and this is all in text message, and said that he wasn't even going to open those can of worms. So things along that line where this, maybe it didn't come directly out of my husband's mouth, but this friend felt comfortable enough to say these things about me, and my husband did not stop it, defend me, and sometimes laughed at it. So that's one thing. And then about a few weeks ago, I found out that my husband was texting Escorts. And this has been an issue for a lot of our marriage. He does have an addiction to porn. And we didn't, as the years have gone by, really acknowledge it as an addiction. It was something we thought we can fix. Obviously, we're not professionals, so that failed. But this time around, to get to my question, I don't want to focus on healing him. I want to heal myself because I feel re-victimized, and I just don't want to live with these secrets anymore. I want to focus on my healing, but I don't know how to do it. I'm in therapy, but it's just, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed, and I don't know how to come back from this time around.
Oh, man. So there's a lot here. This is like I'm as confused as you are, I guess, is what I would say.
Yeah.
My wife and I went through a period of infertility.
Mm-hmm.
And I used my friends' kids as proxies. So that to me isn't an insult. See what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to hold a baby.
Right.
So my buddy had 2 young kids, and those were I couldn't wait to go to the house.
Right.
And in fact, there's a bunch of dudes, and we got together every Monday night, and we always let his 8-month-old little boy come because it was I just wanted to hold the baby. And so that in and of itself, unless you and your husband have talked about, hey, this is super sensitive, I don't have this conversation. Mm-hmm. So here's what I'm wondering.
Right.
Sometimes we get to a place relationally with people where we're done.
Right.
We're done. Either we don't want to be in a relationship with them at all, or the way we've been in relationship with them for a period of time has ended. And when we get there, we can interpret everything they say and do, every emoji they send through that lens of, I'm out of relationship with you. And because other times it may just be hilarious. Right? Or it may just be funny, or maybe it's just off color, or maybe it's like, that wasn't that funny. But if we have the lens, if we have the pair of glasses on that I'm done in this relationship, I'm done, then we're going to interpret everything. We're gonna attach stories to everything.
Right.
And so here's what I'm saying. In a healthy ride or die marriage, finding some text messages from one of your husband's buddies that are off color, insensitive, and he doesn't respond the way you wish he would have responded. Hey dude, that was super uncool what your friend said, and my hope is that you would defend me.
Yes.
And we're going to have that conversation. And he might look at you and say, I think you do hold on to our nephew. Your nephew's really tight because we don't have any kids. And I'm glad that you do. And you could say, I don't think I'm doing it right. You'll have that conversation, that debate, that discussion, that argument.
Right.
But you interpreted that exchange between them as yet another brick in the wall of my husband sucks. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I not so much as that he sucks, but just another instance of not defending me, of not sticking up for me or what is being said in private as opposed to my face.
Let's get beneath that. Your husband's with escorts. Let's deal with that.
Yeah.
Your husband has nuked the foundation of your marriage. So what was no longer exists.
Yes.
And so I want you to sit in the seriousness of that, not play whack-a-mole with a bunch of texts and exchanges and this and that. Your husband was communicating. Was he with them?
No.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
So just to be safe, I, get myself tested, even though he swears up and down he did not. But, at this point, where's the trust?
Right.
So I tried to do right by myself first.
Okay. So let me ask you the most terrifying question I can ask somebody. What do you want?
I don't know why I wasn't expecting that.
You're trying to fix stuff. And let me put it this way. You're trying to do a puzzle and you don't even know what the picture is, and all of the puzzle pieces are blank. And until you can begin to have an image of what you're trying to build, it's going to feel lost and chaotic. And some people, when they feel that kind of lost and chaotic, they listen to a jillion podcasts and read a bunch of books. You know what really that is? It's a Xanax. It's a way to not feel that disorientation and that loss. Or they get really angry at everybody and they see evil everywhere. Or they withdraw and hide from the world and just sleep a lot. Or they work 500 hours a week. So what do you want?
I want what we promised each other.
Nope, not a we. What do you want?
I want to be happy.
Okay, what does that mean? Because that's a feeling. That's a fleeting state. That's a cup of water on the way to finishing your marathon. What do you want? Can I give you a couple of examples?
Yes, please.
Okay. And I said earlier, this is the hardest question I can ask somebody because it's terrifying. I want a home that is filled with peace and laughter.
Yeah.
And so here's how I had to go get that. In my house, I can't have peace if I owe somebody money. Makes me insane. So that means I drive crappier cars. That means for almost our entire marriage until a few months ago, we didn't live in super big, nice, whatever houses. We lived in safe. I mean, they were nice houses, but
Right.
but I didn't want to be happy. I wanted peace. Happy would be driving around in a 2024 Tundra that's all doped up and it's but that wouldn't have given me peace, which means in the long haul, I would not have been happy over time. I want to feel safe in my marriage. What does that mean? That means I have to trust. That means I got to be able to tell her anything and expect that she's going to tell me that in return.
Right.
I want, here's something I want. I want to never worry that my body's going to fail me. Well, that means crap. I got to exercise every day. That means I got to sleep. That means I got to go to counseling. That means I got to do weird mobility exercises, which I hate doing. I'm never happy when I'm doing it. But man, when my 8-year-old daughter comes in and she's like, "Hey, Dad, you want to wrestle?" And I'm like, "Bring it on." And we roll out the mat in the living room and we get on the floor and get after it. I'm not worried about my knee going out or my back going out.
Right.
So I think the ultimate question, and we won't solve it here, okay? The question I think you have to ask yourself is, what do you want? And if it is, I want to not be married to a guy who feels so dead in his current life. And by the way, he's choosing this, to feel dead in his current life.
Right.
That he can only get excitement, he can only feel life through unknown people on the internet doing crazy sex stuff. And when that ceases to help him feel alive, he then calls professional sex workers. He didn't do anything with them yet. He just texts them. He just calls them because that gets his heart rate up again. And you and I both know the next step, because this drug will wear off too.
Yeah.
Right? So you're there. And so maybe what you want is, I want to feel alive in my own home. I want to feel alive in my own marriage. I don't want my husband outsourcing life to professional sex workers.
Right.
I'm worth more than that. And Shailene, if you didn't know that, I'm telling you right now, you are. And he is too.
Wow. You just hit like a big point there. That's like a thing in therapy that I'm working on is, like, why do I allow these things, like to make me feel like not worthy, like that I don't feel worthy of.
Okay, I want to challenge you.
Defending myself.
Can I challenge you?
Yes, please.
And I'm going to say this with love in my heart and with a smile on my face, okay?
Yes.
I don't care how you feel.
Okay.
I care what you know.
Okay.
Feelings come and go. I often don't feel like working out, but I do it anyway because I know what it gives me at the end of the day. I don't feel like doing the dishes 95% of the time, but I know it gives my wife peace. I know you don't feel worthy of being loved, but you are. Period. And so in those moments when you grab something to pay your Amazon thing online and your husband didn't clear the search history, and that feeling in your guts just drops, and you go to delete it for him because you don't feel like fighting it, you don't feel like dealing with it, or you instantly go, God, I need to go to the gym because I don't feel as beautiful as this woman who just popped up. I don't care how you feel. Right. I care that you know you're worth more than that. Okay? And one of the challenges with modern therapy is there's a lot of discussion on the feeling side of things. And feelings are really, really, really important. They just don't tell us the truth.
Right.
Okay? That's not their job. Their job is to keep us alive. And so I need you to hear me say, I've never even met you, and I know this as a fact. You're worth being loved. And you're worth being loved by somebody who doesn't outsource part of his aliveness to sex workers.
Right.
And you're worth looking at a guy and saying, okay, you got weird fantasies? Tell me about them. Let's go get a glass of wine and talk about them. What? Yeah, tell me. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you.
That is so right. That's what I feel. Let me scratch the feeling. I know.
That's what I know. There you go. Now we got it.
I know we've had these discussions. I have prompted these discussions, not just now, but for years. And it's been a lot of, I don't know. And so at this point when it happened, I was like, listen, what is it? What is it that you need? That is it like a sexual thing or whatever? And it was none of those things.
No.
And now he's in his own therapy, and I get that. That's going to take a lot of work. And I told him this time around, I can't do the work for you.
Amen.
But
you don't believe
that. I need to do it for myself, though.
You don't believe it?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
You promise?
I said I'm not going to do it. Yes, I promise.
Good.
I told him, and I have not. I have not done it. It's been like a month and a half. I said, no, you're going to do it yourself.
Awesome. He has to.
Being
and here's the deal.
Pleaser that I am.
Hold on. He's going to do his work, and you're going to do your work.
Right.
And if you choose, and he chooses, y'all are going to build a new thing together.
Yes, that's the goal.
But the I want, what do you want? I want to be ride or die with somebody who will tell me the truth.
Yes.
I want someone who is willing to seek aliveness and play and desire and eroticism with me, that we co-create this together. That's not such a coward that he won't even tell the woman he said I do with the crazy thoughts he has in his head. Not that we're going to ever do any of this stuff, but I'm going to say it out loud, that I'm going to outsource that to professional sex workers. You're worth more than that. So is he. Right?
Absolutely.
And so he's got to do his work that you can't do for him. And you are in counseling. Cool. I really want you to start, stay in counseling, obviously, but I want you to start practicing these things. And the practice comes from the action steps to answer the question, what do you want? I want to feel good in my own body. Cool. Then you got to exercise. You got to have friends.
Right.
You got to sleep. You have to have human connection. I want to feel safe in my marriage. Cool. If you look at pornography again, you are choosing to leave this home because I deserve to feel safe.
Yes.
I deserve to feel safe in this relationship. So every single day, you will show me your text messages and your phone. And you can Google the way to go get the deleted text messages that happen right after you delete them. Those still exist too.
Way ahead of you, Dr. John.
I know you are. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's we could sit in these rooms and talk about it and feel about it. Great. All that's really important. But also we have to go do different things. And those things that we do, those action steps often stem from what's the next right move? Because often we can't answer the question, what do you want? I don't know. Everything's too chaotic and wild. Okay, what's the next right thing? I'm not going to drink. What's the next right thing? I'm going to get some sleep today. What's the next right thing? I'm going to go exercise. I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to tell this guy I'm sorry. I'm going to show up at work and do excellent work. Whatever the next right thing is. Over time, we have to answer the question, what do you want? Because that gives us the direction of the action steps where we're going to go. But when we ask that question, what do we want? That often means we have to answer the question, what do we don't want? What we're not going to put up with? What we think we're worth? And we often feel, I'm not worthy of, and we often feel that I'm not, I get that. But it's not true. You are. You are. It's been the honor of my day to talk to you, Shailene, and I'm proud of you for the work you're doing. You cannot carry his bricks anymore. You can say, here's what I want, and here's what I'm worth, and here, if you are choosing to be in this marriage with me, here's what this is going to look like. And by the way, I want to hear what yours are. You got a long road ahead of you, Shailene, but I think it is a road that's filled with hope and optimism. Keep doing the work and keep taking the next right step. Call me any time.